You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Let's step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Why do I feel like I know this place? Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Why do I feel like I know this place?
Indeed, somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
Okay, shivers, impossible 5. Impossible 20. We have a 5, but we have a lot of bonuses. Found the empty trap, heard Lena's true story, made that awful call, confronted the pigs, established the nightclub, found the jacket. Let's do this.
Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind. The city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side. A prayer of sorts to Revachol.
Turn to the lieutenant. She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if that fails, if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
He looks behind him at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
Let's do this again. We've been everywhere.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What is happening?
She's down there.
I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
The wind told me. We've looked everywhere else. Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells. The wind told me.
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it, enter through the roof?
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Okay. I have done the ladder in my last playthrough of this game. So I'm gonna take the other way this time around. So let's look around down here. And there's a pipe.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the Feld building?
Come closer and look in.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
What's in there?
A thin layer of snow gleams inside the pipe.
Okay, what else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side.
And?
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
Could we get into the Feld building through this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
The lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around.
The lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't usually notice these little things.
And it's right here, a maintenance door.
He points to a rusted metal double door to the right of the pipe, obscured by the reeds.
Oh yeah, big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it.
Hell yeah. Broke into Kuno's apartment, broke into communist apartment, broke bookstore door. Let's do this.
The metal doors are heavy, and the flaking rust hurts your palms. But, together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Okay.
Good work. Shall we?
Go in. There we are. Let's take a look around. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. What's this? Old file folders in the cart, documents silvery with mold. Wonderful. Over there. Series of thick, dusty panels of glass.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
These are computer components?
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How'd they do that and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know.
Hey Kim, look, old cybernetics.
So it is. I think this used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
So this is all that remains of Feld R&D?
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Could this be part of the Feld playback experiment?
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find that device here. You will be disappointed.
All you will find here is pain.
Okay. What's in this box? A jacket. The Inter-Esalary suit jacket plus one suggestion. Let's pick it up and take a look at it. Oh, the fruit bag has some stuff in it, I guess. Suggestion plus one. Dressed for the occasion. A muted brown suit jacket, perfect for a day at the office or an evening at the cafe. The red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. Okay, let's get this dot off of here. We have 4 points that we could invest. Very good. Look for Ruby on the coast, explore the passages below the Feld building. We are on it. Let's take another look around over here. There's some more dots to look at. Antiquated office furniture, last century maybe. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Alright, anything else in here? This is the way back. There's something on the ground there. What's that? A postcard. Martinez 98. Isn't that when the elevator was installed, or was that in 88? Not sure. In the Welling. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. I mean renovated, not installed. Let's check upstairs. Yeah, this is just the roof. Stones fall. It's a long way down. The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. The gusts of wind, the height feels dizzying. Okay, let's go back down. At least we got some flavor text out of this travel and a postcard, so wasn't for naught. Let's go downstairs and I guess search the other side of this room. Oh, brought down and forgotten so long ago. Okay, over here. Nothing else here. Oh, what's this bubble? Let me quickly take a look at that. The beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Okay. Stale fabric smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. And in here, we have the Revolutionary's hat, +1 to Masovian socioeconomics. Let's take a look at it. +1 to Masovian socioeconomics. Friendly neighborhood communard. An ushanka with the Masovian logo. A pair of deer antlers on its silvery white front. Your ears feel cuddled and cared for by the state. Okay. Wonderful stuff. Let's see. The bed has something here. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunker bed. Ancient flyers and brochures. You can see the beach through this slit window. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush the dust off the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand. Grains stick into the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
Oh boy. It's Krasmazov, the idol of murdering traitors.
Some radical or radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
A long time ago? How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing.
He looks around.
I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
What's with all these secret weapon caches and secret bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy. Could it be connected to the Mazov bust we found in the students' room? Maybe I don't think he would want to stay in a communist room. Could it be connected to the Mazov bust we found in the students' room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
He looks at the dust. Okay. Let's go through here. And I guess this way. What do we have here? The tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around. Okay. Oh, there was something. There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. Boot prints in the sand. One of these soles appears more worn than the other. Okay, I'll do one thing. One thing I shouldn't forget. Wait, let's read the item. Postcard Martinez 98. A faded picture postcard from the end of the last century shows Martinez as it was before the revolution. It's the height of summer. Rue des Arches-Laine is teeming with parasol-wielding bourgeois a bourgeoisie and wild pines flags buttress the walkway. Nothing is written on the back. Okay. Right, I wanted to do something else, and that's tools. Let's equip the Pilsner. Do the switch just to make sure it's equipped. I'm not gonna drink it right now, but oh, actually, maybe I will. Let's go for a sip. There we go. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, what's this? It's getting louder, the buzzing sound.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A ghost.
Either way, we ought to be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Hold on, you really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous.
I saw them too, footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
We still don't know the full extent of Evrat's plan. I told Joyce maybe we should see Evrat again?
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's dangerous, but...
Huh.
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
I could do that. I could do that. A little quest line in the end. Do we have it in here? Don't think we have it in here, but we could talk to Evrart about that. We solved the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the Union's plans.
I still don't think that was a good idea. But yes, our affairs with the Wild Pines are in order, since she isn't in Martinez anymore.
Someone's been a very busy boy. Good on you.
We've checked the buoy with Clasier's documents. I want to hear her take on why it was empty before. Well, we can't get that. How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
He smiles in the dark.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Okay. I think I'll cut right here, go back to Evrart Claire, talk to him about the Joyce thing, then cut again and come back here. I think that's probably a diligent thing to do. I want to hear his take on what we did. So, I'll see you there. Okay, and here we are. Let's talk to Evrart.
So, the ship has sailed. Did you see it? I know you did. Tell me, what did it look like as it grew smaller and smaller when that mainsail dropped behind the horizon? Did it look like a germ? Did it look like a piece of bacteria?
His jaw is clenched, and his quadruple chin is quivering with hatred. This is decades of hatred speaking right now. You get a sinking feeling.
Yes, it sort of did look like that. A bacteria growing smaller and smaller. No, it looked like a boat sailing away from the coast. No need to be overly dramatic. I don't understand. What do you mean? I'll go with the third one.
Don't worry, Harry. He does. At least I think he does.
You wanted us to relay all this information to her.
Okay.
That this is a takeover? That I want a war? God, I hope you also told her about the drug trade. They absolutely hate getting their hands dirty with that. You can kill 1 million people, but if you do something the police doesn't like, well, then you're out of the yacht club. Goodbye, you inhuman fuck.
Now I know why you've been so forthcoming. So this was your plan all along, for me to relay this information to her? How do you know she left? You used me? That's wild how you got me to do all that stuff. Thanks for letting me play a part, Evrart. Now I know why you've been so forthcoming.
No, no, Harry. What we have is real. We're working men. This here is real.
In there, under pillows of winter fat, his stress-ridden heart still beats furiously.
So this was your plan all along, for me to relay this information to her?
Harry, I can't see into the future. We are all playing by ear on this planet. I had no idea she'd react so strongly.
But you did want me to relay info to her?
I did. I knew the negotiations would go better with police officers telling her horror stories from inside the harbour. It's scarier this way. Turns out it was a magnificent strategy. I never thought it'd so fundamentally fuck her up.
How do you know she left?
Harry, I bugged her cabin. I bugged her whole boat. I had cameras surveying her boat. Hell, I even wanted to bug that thermal cap. But my boys advised against it.
They must have done it while Joyce was busy questioning the locals.
So you've been listening to our conversations all the time?
Not me personally. I had guys recording and processing this information for me.
The Hardy Boys?
Hell no! They'd fuck it up. They can't do anything right. I mean my real boys. My special task force boys.
Where are these boys?
They sure as hell aren't hanging out in the open with beers in their hands for the cops to question. They're pros, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Okay, you used me. That's wild how you got me to do all that stuff. He's not gonna be thankful, because that's the communist option. That's wild how you got me to do all that stuff.
Harry, you made a conscious decision to relay that information to her. You could have kept it for yourself.
That is true. You used my intellectual curiosity against me.
Against you? Oh, Harry, I'd like to think I used it for you.
But she told me a beautiful story about the discovery of Insulinda.
Of course she did. Rich people have the best stories. About all the interesting things they've done and seen. All the beautiful places they've been to. It's just sentimentalism. She can afford to be sentimental, and she can afford to lose as well.
But she said she's insane, like me.
She's not insane. What did she tell you?
His expression betrays extreme skepticism. She told me she's overradiated from pale transit. She has this sentimentality and longing about her. She told me she's overradiated from pale transit.
No, she's not. She's a sentimental alcoholic. They all are. Never take a drop and you'll be 8 laps ahead of those upper-class winos. Just like old Mr. Clare here. Try it. You'll be a real super detective.
Oh, fuck off. I don't drink more than everyone else.
See, this is what they want us to do. Suck on that sugar and wine teat until we're insane like they are. You've got to be smarter than that, Harry, or you'll lose.
So what's going to happen now?
What was always going to happen? We take the harbour and she fucks off to Ozon, uncorks a bottle of wine, calls her partners, and says they need to distance themselves from this nasty business before the big shit spinner splashes everyone. Only difference is the Union doesn't have to lose 2,000 men to machine gun fire.
You could have just told me. I would have been on board. Damn, Evrart, I was hoping I'd somehow get to fuck you over in the end, not the other way around. But I swore fealty to her. She was my beautiful lady. I have a bad taste in my mouth. You better make sure this ends up saving lives. Look, I just want to do police work. I'll go with number 2.
Damn, Harry. I was hoping that too. But the information I gave you proved too powerful. You knew something. Something big. And you wanted to see what happens when you tell someone. So you told her. Anyone who's ever been close to power will tell you. Inside information is the sweetest thing in the world. It's better than money. It's better than pussy. Money only makes you special for some salesmen. Pussy only makes you special for yourself. Information makes you special for all mankind. It's the ticket to history.
My thoughts exactly. No. It does make sense when you word it like that. I'll go with no.
Don't beat yourself up, Harry. What you did was participate in history. When history calls, you have to pick up. You had no choice. None of us ever do. A hard disco cop like you, I knew you weren't one to resist temptation.
You know what, detective? I am going to leave this out of my report, and I suggest you leave it out of yours too.
Oh, I don't think we've been writing our report.
Just look at the three of us. The three careless boyaderos. Good times, good times.
So what the fuck now?
Now we let bygones be bygones because there's work to do. For me and for you. I suppose there was a reason you came here, so let's have it. What can I help my best friend and comrade with today?
Evrart, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later. Okay, and I'm gonna be going back to the Feld building. See you there. And there we are again. Let's go through here. Ah, there's more stuff. Okay. What does this say? A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. It feels strange. It's a polar anorak. Composure and shivers. Okay, I'll take it. In the barrel, what's there? Some more money. And in here, more money as well. And with that, I guess I'll do a quick save.